DPP Dr. Reginald Mingi. Aidha, tunawashukuru kwa mchango wenu wa hali na mali mliotoa katika kipindi chote cha msiba. Tunasema asante sana kwa TV washirika Clouds TV, Azam TV, TBC, Star TV, Channel 10, TV1, TVE, Top TV Ukonga, Rise and Shine TV, Wasafi TV, Dira TV, Upendo TV, Radio washirika Clouds FM, Magic FM, EFM, Times Radio, Radio Free Africa, Radio 5, Passion FM, Pambazuko FM Ifakara, Top Radio Morogoro, Highlands FM, Planet FM, Kili FM Moshi, Sunrise Radio Arusha, Uhai FM, Upendo Radio, Wasafi Radio, Mitandao, Clouds Digital, Global Online TV, Millard Ayo, Michuzi Blog, Poa TV, Azam Digital, Wasafi Digital, Magazeti, Mwananchi na The Citizen, Daily News na Habari Leo, Mtanzania, Tanzania Daima, Global Publishers, Uhuru na Mzalendo, Jamhuri, Majira, Tazama na wengine wote walioshiriki nasi kwa njia moja au nyingine. Tunasema asanteni sana na Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
In Capital News tonight, Pan-African Parliament VP Stephen Masele recalled home for questioning. Property of those accused of attempting a coup in Burundi to be nationalized. Simba returned to the top after a 3-0 win against Mtibwa. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. The Speaker of the Parliament of Tanzania, Job Ndugai, has written a letter to the President of the Pan-African Parliament for him to suspend participation of the first Vice President of the Parliament, Stephen Masele, due to the latter's bad misuse of authority, which consequently has tainted the good image of the country. The guy gave that information in-house while revealing the government's decision on the matter. In addition, the guy said that Masele had been causing conflict between the two, and as such, he has been called back to face questioning from the Committee for Ethics and also from the party.
We have tried to return Stephen Masele back home, but he has denied this. And even yesterday at the Parliament, the clips were there, and after that, he was told to come back home in order for him to be questioned by the Ethics Committee. He is supposed to face questioning about things that he said while giving his speech, that even though he was called by the Speaker, he has been told by the Prime Minister to disregard the call and proceed with his things there. This is a falsehood, and it is shaming us as a country. He is a leader that has been doing shameful things.
At the same time, the Speaker gave details concerning an inspection that was carried out of the CAG's office. Speaker Job Ndugai said that the inspection had been done and the results of the inspection were being taken to the Public Accounts Committee in order to be implemented.
I am sending the information to the Public Accounts Committee PAC so that they can go through it and analyze it. Following their analysis, they will report the analysis to me. Other things will proceed when the time comes.
And following the presentation of the information, other parliamentary affairs continued as the Minister of Defence and National Service, Dr. Hussein Mwinyi, presented his ministry's budget. Dr. Mwinyi also noted that Al-Shabaab attacks in Kenya were also a huge challenge for the country.
The presence of the Al-Shabaab group, which has continued to attack several areas in the neighboring country of Kenya, is a challenge to Tanzania. Nevertheless, the People's Defense Force of Tanzania and other security bodies will continue to make sure that the country is safe. The committee is aware of the government's efforts to provide services to the strategic areas and a few big projects. The committee is also continuing to advise that it is important for the budget interval to be factored into this ministry's calculations and estimates according to its original needs.
From the vast lands that are owned by JKT, if they will use its manpower in agricultural activities, this country shall become successful. I visited Chiwa in Ifakara. There are valleys that have remained virgin till today. We are calling on JKT to employ their youths in agriculture.
The government has said that dengue fever infections are increasing at a very rapid pace, from 32 people per day to 75 per day, leading to more than 1,900 people to have the disease, with 1,800 of the patients living in Dar es Salaam.
Government's aim is to ensure that all public health centers have enough test kits for testing dengue virus. Let me take this opportunity to remind the public that this disease has neither vaccine nor cure until right now. I'm warning those spreading rumors on medication of the disease through social media. May all Tanzanians follow up on directives given by the government. There is what they call home remedies for the disease, like pawpaw leaves. We are not certain on their capacity to cure the disease. However, we are investigating the truth about it. These mosquitoes are surrounding our environment. As a region, the plan is to find a machine that can spread medicine from the air so that all mosquitoes can be destroyed. My body is in pain, with terrible headache, and legs losing energy.
Officers of the 13th Force from Tanzania People's Defense Forces have gone to Darfur in Sudan for a peacekeeping mission using Air Tanzania Company Limited ATCL Dreamliner, a move that has shown the growth of the company.
Advantages that we have received at this first term is training our officers to be ready for fightings. Our officers also got exposure from East, West to Central African countries. Now our officers can work anywhere under any conditions, from cold weather to forests in Congo. What is also important is that our crew experienced different exercises. As you all know, that this plane has been operating within the country, but through this route the crew got an experience of traveling far from Tanzania. As we are beginning international routes from 17th of July, where we shall begin routes to India. By September, we shall begin routes to China. Tanzanians should expect that their soldiers who are responsible in maintaining peace have been well trained. They shall fulfill the responsibility of restoring peace in Sudan.
A total of 5 houses in Mbezi 8th Street, Kawe Ward, have collapsed into River Mbezi and been swept away by water, with 10 others in danger of collapsing as well, allegedly due to illegal sand mining that is extending the river, especially now with the ongoing rains.
Whenever trucks enter, they pay 20,000, where 18,000 is taken to a government leader. And 2,000 is also collected for government people who are known. I am calling on President Magufuli, please do something. We're going to die. I am one of the victims. This season, 4 houses have been swept away. Since El Niño of 1998, I was here. It is our regular routine during the rain season to inspect our rivers. Yesterday, we visited Mbezi River, where we didn't come across trucks that carry sand. So far, our office does not issue permit for cleaning the river. If there are people who are involved in digging sand, they are doing the activities illegally. I would like to call on communities living around the river and the local government to cooperate with us in monitoring activities done at the river banks.
The first group of 330 tourists from China that were in the country have left today to return home through Zimbabwe, promising to set up an ongoing procedure to use their annual vacation to come to Tanzania.
This is the first group from Touch Road International Holdings Group that have promised to bring more than 10,000 tourists in Tanzania. This tour has been really successful under good cooperation from TTB together with other ministries, institutions and private sector. We are also expecting more than 500 tourists from China in June. We took this van bank on wheel in supporting financial services. Through this van, tourists got access to change their money and use their MasterCards and Visa cards to access money through our ATM machines. We want to thank our government for these efforts. The number of Chinese tourists that came here were good customers. We're hoping that many of them shall keep on coming to visit our tourist attractions. We see that there is a big tourism future, especially in Ngorongoro and Serengeti.
And the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has sworn into office Juma Homera as the Regional Commissioner of Katavi at State House today.
Mimi, Juma Zuberi Homera, naapa kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania.
I, Juma Zuber, swear that I will be a trustworthy servant of Tanzania who will do his best to carry out the job which I have been given as Regional Commissioner. I, Juma Zuber, also swear that I will try hard to protect and safeguard the Constitution of Tanzania with all of my heart. I, Juma Zuber, swear that I will serve the President of Tanzania with all of my heart. I, Juma Zuber, also swear that I shall not release any state secrets unless if by doing so it will help me to perform better as the Regional Commissioner.
Wajibu wa kazi hizo au kwa idhini ya Rais. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
The second witness in the incitement case facing Kigoma Urban MP Zito Kabwe has told Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court that he hates the police.
The second witness explained that this comes after he received information via social media which shows the MP narrating how the police took people from the hospital and then went to kill them. Led by the prosecutor, Tumaini Kweka, and before the resident chief magistrate, Huruma Shahidi, the witness, Mashaka Juma, said that on October 29th, while he was in Kimara Korogwe area with his mates, a friend of his, Frank Zongo, came along and showed him a mobile phone video. The video showed Zito Kabwe blaming the police force for various things which they had done in Uvinza district, Kigoma region. The witness said that the video showed Zito Kabwe explaining how the police force abuses the people and abducts others, such as the person whom he named as Morph Simba. In addition, The witness said that the video showed Zito Kabwe explaining how the police went to a hospital to abduct people who were still undergoing treatment and then went to kill them. Moreover, the video showed Zito Kabwe explaining how the police commissioner had failed to control his officers. The witness claimed to know Zito Kabwe from when he was in Chadema and that he has been his follower since, and due to this, he saw that the police force is of no value as it had failed to protect its citizens and their properties. The case has been adjourned to the 17th of May, when it will continue to listen to evidence from the prosecution.
The Minister of Lands, Housing and Human Settlement Development, William Lukuvi, has said that all citizens that bought from leaders or without following procedures, farms whose deeds were rescinded by the president, will not have the right to own the areas as it is government property and there's no one with the authority to distribute the land besides the government.
All those who bought farms that were cancelled by Honorable President, I hereby tell you that this is your loss. It doesn't matter of where or whom you have bought the land from. We are here to inform you that these 15 farms are owned by the government. They don't belong to anybody else.
Kama kuna wenye vitu wa vijiji mulijifanya nyinyi mna uwezo wa kugawa mashamba yaliyofutwa na rais, hamna. Haya mashamba hayana mtu.
After the first title deed presented to us, another title deed was presented claiming legitimacy of his ownership. We were so sad seeing our leaders supporting these people.
Tanzania National Parks Association, TANAPA, started to deal with the long-standing problem of fire outbreaks within the Mahale Mountains National Park in Uvinza District, Kigoma region. The mountain park, which has rare wildlife such as mountain gorillas, has been facing the challenge of fire outbreaks for a long time now, causing great disturbance and also the deaths of the wildlife.
The problem of fire outbreaks during dry seasons is huge because big parts of forests are dry. Thus, in order to rescue the forest and animals living in there, we use normal techniques of putting down fire like spreading water, use leaves and tractors, but sometimes all these techniques fail.
That's all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, the president of the High Court in Burundi has ordered for the confiscation and nationalization of property of those accused of organizing the coup in 2015. A political analyst in Burundi has said that the move is intended to warn off anyone who wants to take power by force.
The court has a right to do so. There should be a policy that condemns anyone who tried to cause disturbance of peace and anyone who may try to do likewise.
Opposition from the National Teachers Union, KNUT, has directed all teachers in the country not to use the syllabus until the Ministry of Education in the country places strategies to improve it.
We will not waver. We stand strong in this. We talked about the shortcomings of this curriculum, and we are experts in this field. When we say that this is no good, we know what we are talking about. Carry on teaching and we are behind you. We will not hesitate when called upon for advice.
Naahidi kutorudi nyuma katika.
I will not go back with regards to the implementation of the new curriculum. If you cannot join us, then leave.
Kwa sababu tutatekeleza mtaala huo mpya liwe liwalo.
Still in Kenya, with 2 days remaining before the registration exercise for Kenyans and foreign nationals through a new digital system that was launched 2 months ago, large queues at different centers in Mombasa have led citizens to ask the government for more time.
I've been coming for days, and every day I keep hoping that maybe tomorrow the queue will be shorter, but this has not been the case. The deadline set for Saturday should be pushed back because it's not that people don't want to register. It's just that it takes a long time. If you go at about 2 p.m., then you don't get served. I work in the morning. What am I supposed to do? How many of you would like to access education services? How many of you would like to receive medical care? How many of you are hungry and would like some food? This will be made possible if the government has a system to deliver that.
Opposition MP Robert Kyagulanyi, more famously known as Bobby Wine, has claimed that President Yoweri Museveni's government has used defense officers to disturb opposition leaders.
There's a lot of intimidation, there's a lot of repression.
Museveni's leadership is using secret service to oppress the opposition while he is conducting political rallies, yet he chooses to oppress the opposition.
Iran's foreign minister has today said that on Thursday, sanctions imposed by the Trump administration are unacceptable, but that his country is committed to an international nuclear deal that is steadily unraveled amid rising tensions. In the visit to Tokyo, Mohammad Zarif defended Iran's right to respond to the U.S. pullout from the nuclear deal last year and the imposition of sanctions. With business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and in business. The Minister of Agriculture, Natural Resources, Livestock and Fisheries for the government of Zanzibar, Mangam Jariri, has said that the government has started construction of 2 big projects, a fisheries market and infrastructure for rice farming.
Maeneo 6 ya kuendeshea mnada kwa wakati mmoja.
6 auction areas that would be used at once, 141 small tables. 76 business owners will use permanent stalls and 65 will use mobile stalls. There will also be an area to store 392 vessels. 1,400 users will be able to load and offload fish.
Kurejesha vyombo vya uvuvi wa kienyeji vipatavyo 392.
With 2 weeks left before the government's ban on plastic bags starts being implemented, small and middle-scale producers have continued to take advantage of this opportunity by creating alternatives to plastic bags.
Ni fursa nyingine ambayo inatengenezwa sasa kwa.
This is a business opportunity for youth entrepreneurs to produce bags that are acceptable, such as baskets, which are durable and can be used to go to the market.
Vijana wengi tunatakiwa kujiongeza kwa swala la kujiajiri.
Young people should be proactive and must not rely only on being employed, because one cannot just rely on that, as it might.
The Weights and Measures Agency has conducted an inspection exercise of petrol stations to determine if the oil stations are providing the service legitimately to their customers.
For 2019, you will see here we've ticked for that year, but also what month is also on display. By law, this evaluation happens once a year.
Viwanda bila matumizi ya vipimo sahihi.
There is no industrialization without proper measurement. Therefore, for Tanzania to be industrialized, correct measurement must be used. We've seen this in oil, but this applies to every sector.
Naenda kila sehemu.
And that is where we end with business. Sports is next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip it, the hip it, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports. The mainland Premier League defending champion Simba Sports Club have returned to the top of the table following a 3-0 win against Mtibwa Sugar at the Uhuru Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Simba had their goals through captain John Boko, Clatous Chama and Emmanuel Okwi. The national team, Taifa Stars, will start their training camp on the 1st of June as they prepare for the Africa Cup of Nations, which will take place in Egypt.
Kambi manake ni kwamba inategemea wachezaji.
The camp depends on players. By the end of this month, the league will be done, as Coach Amunike said when he was announcing the squad. After the league ends, he will give players a short break of 3 to 4 days, and after that they will start the Taifa Stars camp.
Ili kuweza kujiunga sasa na kikosi cha Taifa Stars.
Brook Lopez scored 13 of his 29 points in the fourth quarter. Giannis Antetokounmpo added 24, and the Milwaukee Bucks rallied in the final minutes to beat the Toronto Raptors 108-100 in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Here is more.
Dunk with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to put the Bucks ahead for good. Added a 3-point on the next Milwaukee possession to push the lead to 4, and the team that finished the regular season with the NBA's best record did just enough in the final minutes to grab the series lead. The Bucks had trailed for 37 of the game's 48 minutes. It didn't matter. They stayed just close enough until they could finish with a serious kick. The Raptors missed their last 8 shots and were outscored 32-17 in the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard scored 31 points and Kyle Lowry added 30 for the Raptors, who led by as many as 13 early and took an 83-76 lead into the final quarter.
Southampton's Nathan Redmond is the surprise name in Gareth Southgate's initial England squad for the Nations League finals. Here's more.
The manager named the 27-man group in advance of June's inaugural finals in Portugal, although he will need to cut the number to 23 by 27th of May. Redmond, overlooked since winning his one England cap in March 2017, recently won the Player of the Year double at Southampton. The England captain, Harry Kane, has been selected by Southgate despite an ankle ligament injury which has kept him out since 9th of April, and another Tottenham player, Harry Winks, has got the nod after groin surgery. There is no place for Ruben Loftus-Cheek after he sustained a nasty-looking ankle injury playing in a friendly for Chelsea on Wednesday, but his fellow midfielders, Declan Rice and James Ward-Prowse, are involved again.
After one of the best wins of her career, Johanna Konta followed a 3-set win over Sloane Stephens with a 2-set victory over Venus Williams.
After the Italian Open on Wednesday, Konta was scheduled to play 2 matches in one day. In the first, she was 4-0 up in the first set to Stephens before losing the first set to the American in a tiebreak. She fought back to win the second set 6-4 after a more consistent display, showing improvements in her clay court technique. She then thumped Stephens in the third, beating her 6-1 to see out a 2-set victory. Konta's only previous victory over a top 10 player on clay came against Roberta Vinci at the same venue 3 years ago. With play backed up, following the rain on Wednesday, she came back on court to play a second match, this time against Williams.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
Sababishwa na virusi vinavyoenezwa na